I ripped my hymen off my microphone.
I don't know why I'm laughing that hard at that. I'm an idiot, sorry.
As we pull Senzo off the floor, laughing at my inappropriate comment.
No, it wasn't inappropriate.
That wasn't a good comment, right?
But you're using the term that they use for what you are referring to, so I don't get how it can be untoward. It's just that, yeah.
Thank you for trying to save me from being cancelled. I appreciate
of course, but they're going to cancel you for what? For calling things by their proper names. It's just that, if you...
It's your interpretation. You interpreted it badly. I think...
I need to get my head out the toilet. There's something wrong with me.
That's the thing. Welcome to it. This is Working Title FC, the podcast. Out of respect for the Queen, we did not do a show last week, right? Yeah, so I think we're very respectful of the monarchy. But we're back this week. Lots happened in the world of football, if not necessarily that much football. Now... I'll take you back, Senzo.
Yes.
Take you back. Listen, if anyone doesn't know, there are two Manchester United fans here. Myself, Senzo. Senzo, all essential, always sexual. Let the people hear your voice.
How's it? How you doing, Paulo?
There is another gentleman here. Chelsea fan, Ryan Tinline. Listen, big time. Big time on the Gareth Cliff show 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Big time guy. But a few weeks ago, was it after the Brentford match or the Brighton match?
Either way, both of them.
Either way, my boy comes in here, 2 packets of popcorn and says, I'm just going to sit back, eat some popcorn, drink a Monster, and see you guys squirm. But now the shoe is on the other foot.
Hey, he is busy concerned with our house. He forgot to look at his own.
You know what I mean?
My house was fine at the time.
Your house was fine at the time.
You thought it was fine. And I told you.
Little did I know, London Bridge has fallen.
I told you, ownership is no joke. Change of ownership.
What should we be eating while we watch Ryan scrim?
Nothing.
Mixed nuts.
I'm just going to drink some water.
Yes, drink some water, drink some tea. Hello, Ryan. How are you?
Hi there, Paulo. Thank you for the invite on this suspicious week. Love the way we only decide to do a podcast once Chelsea's house is down.
No.
It was the Queen, man. Out of respect for the Queen, we didn't do a show last week. It had nothing to do with calamitous Chelsea.
Oh, sorry. Ryan, you have to say I was right. What did I tell you? You have to say Paulo and I were right.
Wait, was this about the new ownership thing?
No, that as well. But I'm not that petty. Tommy too. What did I say? I told you he's going to tell Chelsea you can go to hell.
No. You said that Tuchel would walk away first.
I said Tuchel won't last. I said Tuchel won't.
Okay, yeah, no. Paulo did say before the World Cup.
I said I called Tommy out before the World Cup.
What did I say? I said season 3 Tommy. But
you said he was going to walk away, and this is not the case. In fact, the complete opposite.
My thing is he still there?
No. So
what is the name of your manager? Nobody knows.
Right. Let's get into the chronology here because it's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been about 2-3 weeks.
Thomas Tuchel is volatile. He's always going to pull something like this, right? Okay. It seemed disjointed. It seemed uncomfortable for a while because the whole Boehly was pushing hard on Ronaldo, and we said, what happens when there's a disagreement? How does Boehly react? Tuchel's ticket was stamped. No, there is nowhere in football after a major takeover where they stay with the manager who's in the seat.
Absolutely, because it's an old regime, especially after changes were happening in the exec. The main people at Chelsea, when they were the people who do the recruiting and who are responsible for where the club is today. When those people left, I was like, this is not going to last.
The only takeover that kept the incumbent manager was the Glazers with Ferguson, but you can't. Right?
Exactly.
Everyone else. So Tuchel was stamped, right?
Yeah.
And on top of it, Tuchel is volatile. Walked away from Dortmund, got sacked at PSG. I think there was a mutual parting of ways, despite Tuchel. He's pushing his agenda, right? So let's get into that first, Ryan. You team Tuchel all the way. You loved him.
Yes. No, he was. Look, it was a bit of a rocky start to the season. We were trying a bit. It wasn't too bad. It was just trying out new squads. Yeah, I'm hearing your sarcastic snorts, Senzo.
Where are you on the log?
Aren't we 6th or 7th?
You're lower than United, so yeah.
No. But this is sad days. I very much like Tuchel. I like the way, and especially the thing that irritates me most about this whole thing, right, is we especially ended the transfer window with a squad built around Tuchel. You know, Oba is a Tuchel. He wouldn't have come if it wasn't for Tuchel. There's no way.
Yeah, true.
I'd love to know what happened because
As well.
so how much of what happened, listen, Tuchel, let's put it this way, and let's kind of draw perspective here, right? Chelsea are not in this position if Putin's not a dick, right?
Yes,
Putin
true.
is a notorious cunt. I'm going to use the word. Okay, let's take football in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely, because that's what I said. I said, look, what happened to Chelsea was, for lack of a better term, was shit. And I feel for them in that regard because it was through no doing of their own.
Because Roman is owner for life.
Yes.
Like, right? And this is the thing as a United fan, Chelsea has built this efficient machine, right? And as long as Roman was there and interested and he cared, he loved Chelsea.
Yeah, of course he cared, yeah. He was invested.
You guys were good until he handed over to his kids, right?
He was married to the club.
So and he'd keep putting money in until he died or handed over to the kids. Chelsea was good.
Yeah.
So who sees this coming, right? Okay, so the whole sequence of events that leads to it is bullshit. But shame, you lose one billionaire, you get another one. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Tuchel handled himself impeccably.
Yes.
Players weren't getting paid. He
filled the bus up with his own money.
Right. I'm sure
when the credit cards are written off.
I'm sure he kept the receipts.
So it's not like he can't spare it, like he's a millionaire.
No, but you know, all that said, he handled himself impeccably. It was a terrible. It was
And he tried so much to not make it about the politics and to make it about the football. Like, he tried to shield the players like, listen, guys, we do what we do. We can't, obviously it's a rubbish one. We can't control what's happening to us, but we're in the situation and we're going to have to deal with it.
And Ryan keeps winning and gets into the Champions League. 4th place. Nice. Well done. Right. Where did Chelsea finish? 3rd. Yeah, they finished 3rd. Tottenham were 4th, right?
Yeah.
So well done to him. In all of that, still winning team. Right. So now you come with a new summer and we'll get to Boehlywood.
Yeah, Boehlywood.
Title of this week's show, Boehlywood, right?
Boehlywood, I like that. Yeah.
I love that. I haven't seen it used anywhere, so I'll take credit for it.
Trademark it.
So Tuchel does well. Then you go into the transfer window. Ryan, a bit of a mess, right? So I'm going to hand over to you. A bit of a mess in the transfer window.
Yeah, we had a list of rejections.
No, you just
longer than.
Do you know what Chelsea's transfer strategy was?
What?
Let's get everybody Man United once.
No. Yeah. Listen, as everyone knows, this isn't the first transfer window where Man United has been linked to every damn person on.
When you're the biggest club in the world.
Well, let's stay on Chelsea. You've had your laugh at us. Let's stay on Chelsea.
Yeah, honestly, he's deflecting.
Let's stay on Chelsea. Right. So the transfer. Okay, if you had to go now, transfer window out of 10. What would you rank it for you guys?
You know, I wasn't totally upset. I was glad Oba came. Temporary solution to a problem, a long problem.
Fair enough.
So I was happy.
But
with
it's a
Oba.
problem that you created and your players created.
Cucurella, I think we overpaid. Definitely, there was
Fofana, you overpaid.
Fofana, we way overpaid, bro.
Okay, but in saying that, right? You got to build a team from the back. Chelsea lost defenders.
Sure.
You cannot tell me you're signing Koulibaly, regardless of Fofana. You've got as good a centre back as there has been in the past 5 to 8 years, as in Koulibaly, as good as there's been.
Yeah.
And he's not over the hill. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
As good as there's been. Fofana, forget the price, forget some of his later form at Leicester. That is as good a centre back pairing you can put together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not bad. Forget the noise. The Lukaku thing that's a Lukaku problem, it's not a Chelsea problem.
Yes.
Lukaku is. I'll leave my feelings on him alone, right? Timo Werner again just didn't work. It's not
anybody's
fault, right?
He's banging at Leipzig now.
So then he gets in and they chase Sterling. We called it not a great signing.
Yeah.
We said at the time a club to build around him, right?
Sterling I would have taken as well.
Right, so you can build
business.
You build a club around Sterling. He's 27.
And I actually think you're right about that, by the way, Paulo. With the way he's been fitting into Chelsea recently, he's really taking lead, and I think they are actually really fitting into his place.
Also, if you look who Sterling played, where he was always good at Liverpool, but look when you got to Man City and the manager you had. I mean, after that, you're not going to need to babysit Sterling. Sterling knows what it's about. He knows what if you play under Pep, like you can go anywhere and be disciplined because that guy's standards are through the roof.
So you take that and put Aubameyang as a player.
Tried and tested. Great signing.
Premier League goal scorer, right? Forget he's got an Arsenal tattoo. He'll wear long sleeves. We're good, right? Not bad. Already, and you're adding to a squad. Plus Cucurella, you're adding to a squad. Not bad. And I know a lot of people don't like Jorginho.
Who's that signing we had from Juventus? He had problems with the paperwork.
Zachariah.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm excited to see him play.
These are paddings, right?
Yeah.
They're paddings, but overall, right? So Tuchel starts. Obviously, something's not right. That tension over signing Ronaldo, if Boehly could, he would have got Ronaldo. Tuchel obviously pushed him, right? Whether that's true or not.
Yeah.
What it already pointed to is you got people going in different directions.
Yes.
Right?
They're not reading off the same hymn book, yeah.
So Ryan, you upset Tuchel got sacked.
I just don't see a need to have sacked Tuchel. Like
it makes absolutely no sense.
It doesn't make any sense in the world.
It
and the
makes
thing is,
absolutely no
everyone has
sense.
been happy with him. Look, despite us having a bit of a rocky last couple games, look, we won the last game. And truth be told, I don't think we should have got that goal, but we were cheated out of a goal 2 games ago, so I'm going to take that. But no one's had issues with Tuchel before. We are all happy.
You won your Champions League,
dude. I saw a meme, and you can correct me if I'm wrong with the manager, but I think they put him up with the likes of Klopp. And I think the only trophy he never had was, is it the English Premier League trophy?
Right, could be.
Who's this?
Tuchel and Klopp have the same, but Tuchel's only been in power for how long versus Klopp over the 7-year reign?
Klopp has been there for 7 years.
So he got the same amount of trophies that Klopp did in the last year, maybe 2. 18 months.
Mm.
And Klopp has been there for 7 years. The only one we're missing was the cherry on top, which was the Premier League.
But I saw that it included the Super Cups and World Club Cup. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take them. But I mean, yes, okay, I get your point. And anything to knock Klopp, I'll take it. 1 league title, 1 Champions League, all this year's serial failure. You know what I mean? He's a specialist in failure. I've never seen someone make failure look so good. But anyway, let's get back to Tuchel.
You know what you're
He's always the bridesmaid. Always the bridesmaid.
So with
the bridesmaids get screwed.
Yeah, it's true.
So with that being said, why did we have this need? The man has been here. He's
drew with a good Tottenham side. I mean, I don't think that decided
and
it.
Also, Chelsea got stiffed in that game.
Right, you can call it that.
Yeah, we did.
Do you think the Zagreb loss was too much?
The Zagreb loss is not panic central.
Yeah, that's
it's your first game in the Champions League.
Tricky game away.
You're playing in Croatia. And
I wasn't happy about it. I mean,
no, of course, no manager's happy with losing.
No.
What I'm saying is that it's the first game in.
There was no one that was like, nah, Tuchel out. Like, there was no one who said that.
Amongst the turmoil, right, we've just signed all these players and stuff. Like, it's gonna take us a while. But if there's anybody who can, it's like when Frank Lampard got sacked, right? Who came in and he steadied the ship? Tuchel. And Chelsea, even at the beginning of last season, they looked very organized. They looked like these guys are hard to break down. Even if Chelsea played badly, you still get a 7 out of 10 performance. A comfortable 2-0 win.
And also Lampard, we didn't have a great transfer window. Remember, we were banned for the first transfer window. And then the next transfer window, I think we got Kovacic and Jorginho. And I can't remember who the other
Kai
one was.
Havertz.
Kai Havertz, yes.
Thiago Silva.
And so he had to kind of take these random sort of players and put them into a squad. And he made them work. I mean...
So, right. Tuchel goes, he's gone, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay?
Devastated he is.
Done. We don't think it's a good idea. Right. Tuchel's not a guy you can gravitate to. He seems like...
He seems volatile.
Right?
He seems very volatile.
So here's what I think.
Do you think he's got a tyrannic style of... Do you think he's...
he looks
very,
it.
He's very dictator. It's my way or the highway. Like, if you don't like it, here's the door.
A lot of people bring his personal life into it. I think he went through a divorce.
Is he German?
Yes.
He's German, yeah.
I mean, that says enough.
I think he went through a divorce and all the rest of it. Here's my thoughts on it. Before we even get into Graham Potter, because I think I don't know. So here's things. Tuchel lands in a premium job, right? He's going to get a Juventus. He's going to get He'll get something like that.
Oh, so you'll get top tier.
Don't worry about him. He'll
be in the Champions League. Yeah.
He's going to be okay. He'll be fine. Right. Already I saw somebody, actually no, it's bullshit. Stan Collymore talking shit about him going to West Ham. Okay, forget about that. So Graham Potter can't turn this job down. Right.
Brighton, why would you?
Is a model of a club. You can't turn this job down. He's in a no-lose situation because people get sacked from Chelsea.
Yeah.
So he'll go and he'll get another job, right?
He'll kick himself if he didn't. It's like when Michael Owen says, they ask him, why did you leave Liverpool to go to Madrid? He goes, it was Real Madrid. And trust me, I couldn't say no. I'd be sitting here and saying, what if? And that's exactly the position that Graham Potter's in. I mean...
Ryan, give us your thoughts on Graham Potter. You're the Chelsea fan. What do you think about your new manager?
I just don't know where he even came from. Like, the first thing I thought when Tuchel sacked, I was like, okay, cool. There's maybe two managers I have in mind, but I'm not willing to go anywhere. And I was like, Zidane, if he were to even come to Chelsea, which I doubt he would have. Then there was Pochettino. And I was like, he would have been a decent maybe.
He shut the bed at Spurs and PSG. Why would you bring him?
Well, I'm trying to think of top tier managers for this team. Because now there was no backup plan. Well, apparently there was.
Right. So, okay. Old Chelsea would have gone for somebody like that, don't you think?
Poch. They would have gone for Poch.
Short term, going to be a winner. Listen, getting sacked from PSG, forget about that. That
happens all the. Even Ancelotti, even Ancelotti got the boot from there.
You know, PSG. You'll win the league, and you'll get sacked, and it's like, well, we're not happy that you won the league and you got sacked. It's not really a reflection on you. It's a bubble, PSG, right? So don't take that on him. And Tottenham, he did what he could there.
He did.
You guys used the word shit the bed. Look,
but he didn't really shit the bed at Tottenham. It's just that
and that's Daniel Levy.
Eugene Levy
as well. Yeah,
Eugene Levy as well.
He
stopped acting. He stopped acting.
He should creak the bed. He should creak the bed. Yeah,
he's on Schitt's Creek. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, the old Chelsea goes for Zidane or they go for Pochettino. The old Chelsea, because it's and this is where I'm kind of going to formulate what I think here, right? The old Chelsea appoints that because it's proven, handles stars, can come in and get something happening quickly.
And can do something in Europe, yeah.
Chelsea, how many times have they done that?
Yeah, or they do it all the time.
All the time, right? So, Ryan.
Yes.
Potter comes in. What do you think is the plan with Potter?
I don't know where this was, but apparently it was planned for a long time. I even read an article that Marco Corella knew about it the whole time.
So, but how long can it be? 4 months? Because that's how long they've had ownership of Chelsea.
Well, this is the thing. So he was planning on taking Tuchel down anyway from that time.
It's good to have a plan. It's good to meet somebody good. Okay, right?
Which I agree with Ryan with, because it's the only thing that makes sense now. It's game one of the Champions League. Match day one, right? You are barely, let's call it 7 weeks into the league. You can't gauge anything by 7 weeks in the league. You know what I mean? At all. Nothing. So
we chat a lot of shit, but it's true.
Yeah, no. But like now you've planned all the stuff, right? And like now you haven't given the guy a chance. I'm sure all those transfer targets that he asked for, that he didn't get. So he was like, okay. And then you hear talk about Tuchel is in talks to renew his contract. So you're like, okay. I don't know. Maybe he's just hedging his bets. He's leveraging, because if they want to sack him, then they have to give him the bag. You know what I mean? So now I'm just like, I don't know. Todd Boehly came in with a strategy. What that strategy is remains to be seen. But I want to see what Potter does in the January window. So if he even gets to January.
So Potter is every player, and everywhere he's gone, he's made players better, and he himself has gotten better.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So Potter is a guy that trains people.
He's a coach.
He's a coach. He'll make people better. I know there's a lot of talk about the recruitment and all of the rest of it, but every player who's gone under him has gotten better.
Yes.
Now, every team he's played for plays once a week, and you've got 5-6 days on the training field in between. Chelsea, you don't have it.
Out.
Chelsea have got, like all teams, 9 games in October. 9 games. Pretty much all the big teams have that.
Yeah.
8-9 games, right? So he's not going to have that time. So if one of the reasons you're going to buy Potter is because he makes players better or bring Potter in, he's got no time. Ryan, I'd like to know what you think about this, because here's what
especially if I'm playing 9 games a month. Like I don't have time to be babysitting.
Man, there's no training.
There's no training. Exactly.
You're playing, you're warming down, you're traveling. You're playing, you're warming down, you're traveling. That's exactly it, right?
It's and repeat. It's a cycle, yeah.
And that's even the players. I'm not even talking about international duty.
Yeah, yes.
We're just talking about club matches, right?
Yes.
Over the next little while. So here's what I suspect Boehly's after. Nobody loves Chelsea from the outside, right?
Yeah.
there's been an Arsenal team that went, wow, those guys, no matter who you support, Henry in his pomp,
Prime,
Vieira, Bergkamp,
Perez.
Wenger's, you know what?
Yeah.
You, as a United fan, I'd watch Arsenal.
Oh,
They were
all the time.
competing.
I used to.
I'd watch them.
Yes.
Right.
All the time.
Guardiola, City, I mean, beautiful football. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that is, right. You admire that.
Yes.
Even Liverpool, you look at it, you go, geez, I hate these guys. But
they're well oiled.
I want my team to play like
to
that.
look like that, yeah.
Right? And even to United, there was a stage where Ferguson was playing, United were playing flying, mad.
We were untouchable. yeah.
Right. Okay. Despite all the success, Ryan, can you ever say that any Chelsea team, even the most iconic Chelsea team in the Premier League, is Mourinho's, I think, the second
2000
season?
It's the first season.
Was it the first? The one?
Where they only concede 12 goals and stuff.
Right? That's what you spoke about.
Yeah.
That is exactly my point. You didn't say the one where Robin scored this or where they did this. You spoke about the one where they conceded 12 goals. So that is their entry into the pantheon. So, Ryan, has there ever been a Chelsea team, despite all the success, the most winning, consistent team of the past decade, have you ever looked at them and loved them the way they play? You're biased, but just
No.
take what we're saying.
I understand what you're saying, and I will say it was probably the team in 2006 to 2008. Michael Essien,
Oh, the one
John
that-
Obi Mikel,
The one that finished
Drogba.
second to United in the Champions League. Yeah, continue.
Yes, the one where John Terry slipped.
John Terry,
Oh,
Manchester United
Okay.
legend.
Okay.
Frank Lampard,
So-
John Terry.
So
I mean,
you're a Chelsea fan.
Drogba.
How old were you then? 16.
No.
No.
Oh.
2006. I was born 95, so I was probably like
Okay.
11.
Right. Okay. So it fits right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Which
that
makes sense, though.
Right.
Which absolutely makes
okay.
sense.
So that's what I understand there. So Senzo, can you say of a Chelsea team that you can actually go? You used to watch Mourinho because it was box office. They were powerful.
And they had Eden Hazard.
Right.
Yeah, Eden Hazard is also a good.
I only watched Chelsea because I loved Hazard. Hazard was my favorite
Right.
player in the league.
So
Hazard is a lot of favorite players.
You-
A lot of people loved him.
you guys pick up the point, but that was Hazard, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just Hazard, yeah.
So you guys are picking up the point that I'm making here. So what I think
Yeah.
Boehly is after is to go, right, I want a style of football at this football club that people go,
Wow.
like the Barcelona, like this.
Like Man City.
We're
like
winning.
Man United, yeah.
We're winning.
But he wants an iconic.
I want
He wants to
image.
look good. He wants to look good while doing it.
That's what I suspect, right?
It's tough to get both.
Now, maybe Potter brings you that. Brighton do play a nice style of
Oh,
football.
yeah, they play. Yeah.
That's what I suspect this is about. It's about going, it's a long game. I'm prepared to lose 2 or 3 seasons, and I'm going to back this guy for 6 years.
My thing is that now, okay, fine. That's all good and well. My thing is that now, okay, you have a guy like Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is going to be like, how does this guy, me now in my career, what does this guy do for me? What does he do for me? Then you're going to get a guy like N'Golo Kante as well. What does he do for me? Guys that have, the guys that are big time.
Because, Ryan, we've seen this before. Because let's just go through this Chelsea squad. You got Champions League winners.
You got
recent
World Cup winners.
World Cup winners.
Yeah.
Right?
Guys
So-
that have won the Euro.
Right? And now suddenly they're going, Tuchel, he's got a CV. He's worked with players.
He's worked with,
What's
World class.
this guy going to tell
he's got no
me
trophies. Yeah, exactly.
that, I've worked under Ancelotti. I've worked under XYZ. What are you really going to tell me to make me better? Right? I've worked under Koulibaly. I've worked under Sarri.
That's why I make the example of like Thiago Silva. Even not make me better because you're not going to make Thiago Silva better now. What are you going to give him in his career that he doesn't already have? You know what I mean?
My whole thing was I watched. So they had the Champions League game
Sure.
like a week on the 14th. I
Yeah.
think we played. Who did we play?
Salzburg.
Salzburg. Yeah. And I looked at the lineup and I was like, "This is like he didn't
Standard.
do anything. This is normal."
It's standard.
No, but it
yeah.
will be. Listen, you're not going to see any changes. I mean, it's this weekend. Do Chelsea have a game this weekend? They'll play?
They probably do.
No, Chelsea.
No,
Chelsea.
we were meant to play Liverpool.
Yeah, the Chelsea-Liverpool game's off.
So
So Chelsea won't
all.
play.
Chelsea won't play.
But he doesn't even have time because all the players go off on internationals.
Yeah.
And then when they come back, you're just into this routine.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see anything dramatic immediately.
No.
Sure.
Right? Especially not after a couple of
I
days.
mean,
And
amateur
also-
hour, he started Kepa. Amateur.
Well,
Come on.
Mendy's injured.
Mendy's injured, yeah. So
Mendy's injured.
Yeah.
so do you know?
So he has to start Kepa.
I know, but we just signed that American goalkeeper that is 18 to 21-year-old.
Don't care. Kepa, go get him goals.
No, I'm playing Kepa. I'm sorry.
All day.
Yeah, Kepa's going in, right?
Yeah.
So with that, like, I just feel Potter has been put into a situation that
It's a baptism of fire. It's not.
and I said it to you as a joke
That
the other
setup
day.
is designed for him to lose.
But do you not think this is your David Moyes? That it's a guy that comes in highly respected. Remember, we laugh at Moyes.
Yeah.
When Moyes joined United, he was so highly
Yeah,
respected.
they gave him his flowers. Yeah.
Same as Potter. He comes in and you got a squad of hardened, grizzled winners.
They've been doing this for a better part of a decade.
Sterling has been coached by Guardiola, and you're going to walk in there and tell Sterling, and he's going to go, dude, like, I like what you're saying.
But come on, with all due respect.
Yeah.
I'll listen to you for a bit, but when it doesn't
But do
work,
you see where I come from? You saw what I've just come from doing. You're like, come on, dog.
it's not right,
No, it's not. I'm not justifying. Yeah, I'm not condoning that. Yeah.
but it's natural. Put your medals, bro.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, honestly, stick him
this
up.
is why-
Golo Kante is going to show. Golo Kante is probably sitting. He's got World Cup,
This is why
Champions League,
Multiple Premier League.
multiple PFA play. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you going to tell me?
when I heard Tuchel got sacked, right, I was like, okay, we have a lot of money now. Now it's time for Todd, if he's going to make these bold moves, open up your wallet and sign someone decent. I was like, okay, cool. Zidane's on the cards, 100%. Like,
Okay.
that's
Look,
what I'm thinking.
Zidane is off the table. Zidane is waiting. Zidane
He's waiting
takes,
for Deschamps' job.
and it's guaranteed.
He's
Zidane,
waiting for Didier Deschamps' job.
Zidane takes France after the World Cup.
yeah.
Guaranteed, it's done. It's been done for years. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
where he goes.
but I'm talking about even like the likes of Pochettino. Like, we've got the money. We've got a really good squad. Like, Chelsea's not a squad that, it's not like...
No, it's a world-class squad.
The only reason why old Potter is as respected as he is because he's actually taken a team that's had barely to any sorry, let me reword that. He's had almost no money for transfers.
He started from the
and
bottom.
He's got Brighton to where they are today.
Started from the bottom, yeah.
The relegation dogfight. He is in the Premier League, and
He's
I
fourth
respect
now.
that.
He's in a Champions League. He was in a Champions League spot.
But this is what I'm saying.
Now he's
So
going to get bounced out of the Champions League in the first round.
I understand that, but again, Paulo, you've hit it right on the head there. This is a whole different league now. Now you're taking a guy who's taken a team from nothing to this.
Do you know what it is? It's with Brighton. I'll tell you what it is. With Brighton, there's no expectations. Whether Brighton finish
Yes, exactly.
17th
No pressure.
or they finish
Their fans are
fifth.
just happy to be
yeah,
there.
or they finish fifth. Now you go to a club like Chelsea. Okay, cool. We expect you top three and silverware. That's Chelsea's model. You know.
Well, now it's changed. I don't know what Todd has said.
So let's go now.
Now there's pressure now.
Let's cue Boehlywood, right? Let's go to Todd.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy has been saying some outlandish
He's
things.
incredible. But I don't knock him for that because he's always pissed. He's always got a drink in his
Ryan, as a Chelsea fan, talk to me about Todd. What do you think about the new ownership? I mean, even before this, what was your take on the new ownership? Did you love Roman?
I did. No, Roman he's been the one constant in the whole cycle of Chelsea. Since I've been a fan, you know what? Managers have come and gone, players have come and gone. But the main guy, the main cycle of Chelsea has been Roman. That has been like the foundation of everything we do. We have Roman Abramovich. And whatever needs to get handled will be handled.
Right. Okay. So, what do you think of Todd?
You know what? I was trying to be positive about it.
Sacking Tuchel aside.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
say,
aside from that, sure.
Say before 2 weeks ago, if I'd ask you, what do you think of Todd?
You don't know.
No. Can I tell you what it was? My first thoughts when he came in, because I spoke to a friend of mine who's also a Chelsea fan about this, and I was like, I'm not excited that we're losing Roman, but at the same time, it's cool that he comes from a place like America that he doesn't know much about this, and maybe...
Oh, boy.
Maybe.
Oh,
Hear me out.
Oh, boy.
Continue.
Because he's new to it, he'll have a new way of thinking about it, a new way of doing things. And so I was like, I just want to see what he's like. And I was like, okay. He's
give him a
making
chance.
offers to the players that I want, sure. But I was like, man, my friend said to me, he was like, no, we Americans are by far the worst owners.
How?
Because, I don't know.
Look what American ownership did for Liverpool.
I know, and Arsenal and, all of that. But it's just, they're not used to the English way of running football, because like
Maybe the English ways
basketball
are outdated.
maybe it is, but
Okay.
that's why I was saying I wanted to just see what it was like to have.
Do not happen. Do not, I think, happen.
He's part owners of the LA Dodgers, right?
The Dodgers are crap.
So wait, so let's talk about Todd. Let's talk about
Dodgers
some
are
of those
rubbish.
Americanisms, right? And I don't want to be, because we're South African, we can't sit here and go, oh, Americans. We're not English. We don't have that background. But anyway, let's do it this way, right? So Todd, I don't know where it came from. So look, he comes out, tries to buy Ronaldo because Ronaldo is the flashes. Senzo, you said earlier, it's kind of like his son said, I want to play FIFA,
The real FIFA.
like Ultimate Teams in real life, right? So that's kind of what it felt like. He comes out this weekend, what's a crappy sprouts? Firstly, he says there should be an all-star game.
Which Klopp laughed at.
Something like an all-star game. Ryan, I want to ask you about the all-star game, right? Then he says that. What else does he say? He talks about... floats the idea of relegation, non-relegation.
And conference. So he wants to do basically what they do in all major American sports.
Right.
Well, leagues. Yeah.
He makes this thing about Chelsea's academy that De Bruyne and Salah came out the academy despite each of them playing 150 odd games plus Champions League games before they came to Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
So he says shit like that, okay? So this is what my boy's sprouting. This is what my boy's sprouting while he's in America somewhere. So, do you know, Ryan, how many Premier League teams have American ownership?
I don't know how many.
8.
So it's United,
Yeah. Glazers.
Liverpool,
Who's Liverpool? again?
J.W. Henry, the guy that owns the Boston Red Sox,
All right.
And LeBron.
and LeBron.
LeBron
James, yeah.
Basically, FSG,
Yeah,
because let's go to Liverpool quickly. Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
They like to laugh at the Glazers. FSG have not put a cent of their own money in.
it's true.
Net wankers. So their FSG are the Glazers plus LeBron.
Yeah.
If the Glazers had Steph Curry, no one would hate them. Anyway, this guy.
Yeah, true.
Okay, you want the teams.
They took-
United American owned, Arsenal American owned.
Aston Villa.
Liverpool American owned, Aston Villa. Leeds got an American
Yes.
investment. Crystal Palace got an American
Yes.
investment. Chelsea,
Yes.
fully American owned. And there is one other, right? So there's 8 American teams.
Yeah.
8 teams with American investment, right? Not majority, but at least enough to sway decisions. Okay.
I mean, those guys have to have a say. I mean, if
And those
8
guys
out of 8 out of
all
20.
own some American sports team, whether it's baseball, NFL, but they all got some investment somewhere in American sports.
My thing is that right now, you look at all the guys with other teams. FSP, the J.W. Henry, knows what winning's about. He ended a drought in Boston. Ended an 8-year drought with them winning the World Series in 2004. So he knows he knows what that's about. Glazers, they've just won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Todd Boehly, what have the Dodgers done
Right, so the Dodgers...
besides offer
yeah.
people excessive contracts?
And listen, the whole story about the Dodgers, I mean, the Dodgers is a New York team. He moved them
Yeah,
to other...
exactly.
Listen, it's a whole thing, right? So when Boehly says stuff like this, yes, he's off the cuff and he's saying stuff and probably not listening to his PR people, but he's had these conversations with these guys because they sit on boards, they sit
Absolutely.
around, they see each other, maybe
all the time.
at the private jet store, like maybe they bump
I mean,
into each other in,
how
in
often-
the
how
show,
often
on
do
the
you think-
showroom,
How often do you think Todd Boehly and J.W. Henry bump into each other?
right?
They have to see each other almost every week.
They've had this conversation. Who was driving the narrative around the Super League? Predominantly the American-owned
Americans, yeah.
teams, right? Who
And
pulled,
it was funded by, and JP Morgan Chase wanted to.
who pulled out of the Super League first? Roman. Chelsea
Yes.
don't pull out in the next one, right?
Yes.
What I'm getting at here is that it doesn't take a lot to get one of your billionaire friends to buy Brighton. 9.
Absolutely.
It doesn't take a lot to get one of your billionaire friends to buy Brentford. 10. Right? Suddenly we're talking about the massive voting
half of us.
block.
They're half
Okay.
of us, yeah.
Dictating where the Premier League goes. 30 odd years ago, if you said the very concept of the Premier League, people would have said, oh, that's nuts. Suddenly you have the potential of half the Premier League teams skewed after one sports model with no relegation, a whole different way of doing things. You telling me that the next time, because we spoke about it on the show,
Yeah.
when we were back on the MKT show, the next play for the Super League, it's not gone away. It's
course.
stalled. The next time
Still,
they
yeah,
don't get
didn't
it wrong.
They didn't execute it properly.
The next one they don't get wrong. And what Boehly's saying, we laughing, Boehlywood, what an idiot. He's warning what's going to happen to the Premier League.
Absolutely, because you think about it now, like in the Premier League especially, whenever there's a team up for sale or whatever, where clubs looking? They're looking to go to America or they're looking to go to Asia. There are no European investors.
No, because it's just not that money. And then suddenly you're looking at the Arab or the Middle East owned teams.
The OPEC. You're looking at the OPEC money.
To save us.
Yeah.
Or save the sanctity of the Premier League, Saudi Arabia. The Americans want to take away relegation.
Yeah.
So he talks this shit about the All-Star game. Ryan, you are fortunate, so jealous of you. You went to an NBA All-Star weekend.
Yes.
Tell us about this for people who don't know what All-Star weekend is about. And this is NBA. NBA is the gold standard of it.
Yeah.
NFL doesn't have it, right?
No, they do. They do. It's basically called Pro Bowl, but nobody's gonna know. But they don't put that much stock on Pro Bowl.
Boehly referenced the MLB
do it,
right?
MLS do it as well.
Okay, talk about the NBA. Talk about the NBA All-Star weekend that you went to.
The NBA All-Star weekend was so much fun. I had a lot of fun going there, and it's nice because you're not restricted to one team to see 3 players. You get to see
Everything.
literally the walking goats coming out and playing with the best of the best. Like
The concept of it is the best players in each
So what happens-
division.
they
Sends us to
pick a
explain.
captain.
So what happens is that the NBA, based on popularity or likeness, picks 2 captains.
Mm-hmm.
Now they do it because now it was before they used to do it East against West. So if you play in the Western Conference, you'll play for the West side. Now
So this year it was Kevin Durant and LeBron James.
LeBron James, but Kevin Durant didn't play. So
No, he didn't. He wasn't allowed in COVID.
Yes, because you wouldn't get vaccinated. Yeah.
So what happens is that now
Shows the squad.
so what they do now in the All-Star game is that
Him and Kyrie.
they mix it up. So you don't see the same guys from the same conference
Right,
play.
right.
And so now they mix it up. So
Okay.
what happens is that fans vote to say, okay, this is the pool of players that are going to be in the what do you call this, in the All-Star game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole weekend is just, then you see, so on Friday it's the
Okay, so I'll tell you. I'll tell you how
the
it
fan
went.
I know it. It's the fan All-Star game.
But I want to hear from Ryan. I want to hear from Ryan because he was there, bro. I mean, let's
On
hear.
Friday, we had the Celebrity All-Star Game. So
Yes.
it was based in Cleveland this year. We had Machine Gun Kelly, Jack Harlow.
Machine Gun Kelly's in a celebrity, but go on. He's a
He
pedophile.
definitely is.
I thought you were talking about like a local Machine Gun Kelly or something like that.
He's a pedophile.
No. He was awesome. I actually met his driver in the diner of Denny's, who dropped him and Megan off at the hotel, which is cool. So
Fox.
Friday night,
Celebrity game, so it's not basketball players.
yeah. So Friday morning, on the morning we arrived, they had it was like a conference where they basically say what's coming up, what's going to be new in the leagues coming. So new technologies, new ideas, and a lot of.
So is it like a tech summit?
So it's a tech summit. It's exactly
Which makes
it.
sense.
So MKT attended that, and then later that night we had the All-Star game. So we went to
The
university.
celebrity.
Celebrity game. So we went on the Friday to a university, and you could go get tickets and you could go in. So that's where it starts off. Then Saturday they have the
Skills challenges.
but it's not the amateur. There's a word for it. Rookies.
Yeah, it's a rookie. So the rookie is all the young players.
It's
in
all the
league.
guys that just got drafted.
The
So
first-
the
yeah,
guys in their first year.
So
of the
like,
NBA.
I was watching Milo Ball. Like, there was so much fun. It is. I will
Melo.
say Melo Ball. I mean, but I will say it is. It's all for money because it's just
Yeah, of
literally you
course.
go
But
there.
Ryan, that sounds awesome. Why don't I want that in the
No,
Premier
I
League?
know.
Because the thing is,
Why don't I want that?
do you know what
That sounds
do you know
great.
what the main part of the All-Star game is? So what they do is think about Disneyland for sports fans. That's exactly what they do.
Yes.
So it's Disneyland for sports fans. So on Friday we'll get people that aren't professional footballers but are very famous. They play against each other in the Celebrity All-Star game. Then Saturday they'll do like skills challenges. So like you'll have 3-point contests, you'll have a dunk contest.
The
these-
dunks one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in football terms, that would be like, free kick contest, penalty contest.
And they also get the fans to come out and
Exactly.
do free throws.
Free
and-
throws.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
cool. So logistics aside, guys, why don't I want that as a Premier League
because
fan?
can football be that commercial? 'Cause
Of course, it can be a commercial. It's the most commercial game in the
but
world.
take it like this, right? And I'm saying logistics aside. I'm saying team tours and it's concerted effort. All the teams are back by then. Community Shield weekend at Wembley, starting on the Friday with the main game on the Saturday. You have celebrity games.
Yeah.
You have all the you have a rookie game.
Yeah.
You have basketball's different because it's smaller side, but you basically go all the teams in the north, all the teams in the south, one player from each team. So you can't have City versus Liverpool. You're right. One player from each team. A one-off game. It's exhibition.
It is
right?
exhibition. Yeah.
But you have it at Wembley Stadium, opening game in the weekend. Who wouldn't want that?
People will go because
Forget watching on TV.
Exactly. That's what they're trying to do, because the whole point of the NBA All-Star game and the All-Star experience is purely for the fans, and it's purely to get people who aren't really interested in basketball to get into watching basketball and to, it's to buy in. You know what I mean? It's to get people's buy-in, and that's why they do it. Because Americans understand. It's like the Super Bowl. Anybody that watches the Super Bowl, NFL, we don't care about the halftime show.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce performing, like get Beyonce off, want to see what's going on. We're there for the game. But the halftime show is not meant for us.
I'm all about the halftime show.
I love the halftime.
But do you watch American football?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite team?
I'm Steelers.
Who's the quarterback for the Steelers? You don't know.
I'm not the biggest. I'm not saying.
How many times have the Steelers won the Super Bowl?
That I can't tell you.
Okay, so look, I think Boehly comes out, talks a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think we should throw away his ideas because he's just spitballing, man. He's just throwing ideas around. I think there are things in American sport
that we should take out.
I wouldn't hate to see.
Exactly.
I wouldn't hate to see a salary cap, right?
Yeah, salary cap would be fair.
I think we're getting to a point where
And it brings parity, yeah.
And not salary cap in the Premier League, salary cap across Europe,
Yes.
right? So I think we need something there. I don't hate the idea of the draft. So anybody who doesn't know, in a very basic form, is that as you finish, you're basically the lowest placed team
Gets the best pick.
in the league gets the pick of the new young players. Now it's different because the college system it won't
and you can
work,
trade for pick, yeah.
right? It won't work exactly perfectly.
Sure.
But some sort of draft, picking, trading off, I think there's validity. Because imagine the team.
What does the draft system do to academies then?
So it's not logistical, but some type of thing where you go, a Fulham coming into the Premier League.
How do we give them the best chance to
How do we give
succeed?
them the best young player from City?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not as easily translatable,
Yeah.
but I like it. Okay, I like that
So
sort of thing.
it's a working title, yes.
Yeah, it's a working title. So don't throw it away because I guarantee, I'll tell you one thing, the Super League will come back. They will make another play. They're going to go
The
for it.
website's still up.
There you go. And
But Madrid were trying to start it again.
no, it will come back.
Yeah.
I know
The
it will.
finances of it, where the rest of Europe is, the way, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about it. The way that, I mean, come on, Nottingham Forest spent more money than the entire Greek league.
Honestly.
They had 16 players come in.
20.
But-
It's over 20.
But they
It's over
spent
20.
more money than the entire Greek league. Manchester United contributed to 50% of the transfers in the Dutch league.
Paulo.
Buying 3 players.
Paulo. What Man United did, Ajax on average, make a turnover, revenue turnover of 125 million. How much did Man United pay Ajax?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
140
saying.
million. They were like, look,
what I'm
we've made our turnover in a year and we haven't even kicked a ball yet.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Everything
So-
else here is bonus. So, yeah.
So the Super League's going to be in play again,
Absolutely.
right? But I don't think with the Premier League teams, because there's going to be a big move from the American owners. I'm telling you right now, the Premier League that our kids watch is going to be fundamentally different to the Premier League we
And
watch.
also, I just want to add this. It's kind of, the Super League reminds me a lot of the same thing of drugs, right? The longer
Go ahead.
Wait, say it again.
the longer it's suppressed and it's frowned upon, the more popular, the more popularity it's gaining. So by the time it actually does release, everyone's like, finally, we've been waiting for this. They've been pushing it. But this is the thing, it's building suspense while being pushed down. It's building even more suspense.
These guys aren't idiots, right? I don't think they, by any means,
Let's sort this out.
expected people to go for it. I don't think they say, oh, how naive move. I don't think for 1 second they didn't expect that, right? They tested it. They tried Revolution. You're going to see a
Here's
Super
my
League
thing.
by evolution. The new Champions League format is coming.
Yeah, here's my thing.
It's happening.
Here's my thing, though. Right? Do you think what happens to the Premier League is the same direction that golf is going in now?
So explain what you're thinking.
So the breakaway from the PJ.
Oh, to the
Liv Golf,
LIV.
yeah. Because Liv Golf said, listen here are a bunch of dollars. Come sit with us.
But
you know what I mean?
The thing is, right, they weren't suppressed about that at first. They opened it up and people just started going.
Sure.
With the Super League, it's been pushed down, I would say close to twice. And the PR behind that where people were outraged. But the thing is, a lot of the youth are like,
But the idea's in your head.
yeah, but why? And a lot of people, the more they're saying, but why are they pushing it? And they can't give a proper answer.
But my man,
Because look at this season, right? Look at the transfer window this season.
Yes.
I've just said you spoke about Ajax now. We talk about the Greek league. We basically go the Premier League, and we're not even talking the top guys. We're talking about Sporting, my team,
Yeah.
right? We lost our midfield to Fulham and Wolves.
yes,
right?
they looted you guys.
We're a Champions League club. We lost our midfield to a newly promoted
relegation
team
a guy
and a
in the-
mid-table,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay. So that happens 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons in a row. And I'm going, surely a Super League can't be that
and far
bad.
away.
Is it bad compared to this?
I was because I was watching
Can't be that bad.
I was watching something else on Sky. There was talking about like a transfer window review. I'll send it to you guys. Talking about a transfer window review, and they got people like they got a guy from Sky Italy, Sky Germany, and they're saying now, right, in Italy, just in Italy alone, West Ham spent almost 40 million pounds on a player. They said no Italian top club had that kind of money to go for him. If West Ham can spend that kind of money, you don't want to know what team. So they're saying like sporting directors, they're not waiting for calls from like a sporting director from Italy is not waiting for a call from Germany or in Italy. They're waiting for that big call. Okay, Man United want your player. They're looking at that, and I'm just like, so if money's making this whole thing move, and if you look at like you mentioned, top five, the big six, how many of those guys are American owners? You're like, well, we can see where this is going. We can see where this is clearly going.
Listen, and also don't dispute the amount of American ownership in Serie A.
Yes.
As well. Start looking at that. You mentioned Roma before we started.
Yeah.
There's a lot of American investment in
AC
Serie A
Milan, with
as
what
well.
they're doing with Rock Nation and all that.
Right. So, and I think what you're just saying there now about the Premier League clubs coming in to buy ready-made players brings us right back to the beginning in Chelsea, right? You put someone like Potter in at Chelsea, the expectation is for him to develop and grow, okay? But Premier League clubs don't have that
Time.
patience.
They don't have that time, no.
They want ready-made now. I want the
Can you
finished
win
product.
now? Can
Right.
you win now?
So
Yeah.
you said earlier, we didn't get into too much when you said about what does Potter do in the January transfer window. Hold on a second. Didn't you sign this guy to develop? Now you're buying for him? It doesn't gel.
Yeah.
So suddenly going, oh, guy, if you come back and Chelsea are sitting 7th after the World Cup, what happens then?
Chelsea
What
below
pressure-
400 million pounds.
Right? But then why sign Potter? Because 400 million pounds doesn't buy you humble dudes.
Oh, yeah, no,
400 million pounds buys you dickheads. They buy you egos. They buy you problems.
guys who-
that want to win
Right now. Yeah,
Not
exactly.
3 years' time.
By the way,
Exactly.
I don't know if you saw on the group earlier today.
Yeah.
Potter out is already trending.
Look,
after the first game, by the way.
That's
We had
not
a 1-1.
Chelsea fans.
That isn't Chelsea fans.
Those are trolls.
I was one of them.
After one game, bro.
No, he must get out of here.
Look at this guy.
He's fickle, bro.
No,
you
I-
can't take him seriously.
It's-
bro.
What do you mean you can't take him
It's
seriously?
just disjointed.
It's exactly what Paulo was saying before. We can't have the star-studded team and then this man who comes out of nowhere.
Potter's
comes
not the
from-
problem. Potter's not the problem.
No, look.
Your
to,
boy-
to an extent.
Todd, I don't know what I'm doing. Boehly is the problem.
Call him Boehlywood. I wanted to
Boehlywood,
trend.
yeah.
Boehlywood, yeah.
Boehlywood team.
I wanted to trend.
I agree with you, but the thing is, I'm not going to stand here and take Potter either. Why must I welcome Potter into this? I'm not just because
it your
Chelsea
money?
picked him.
Is
No,
it-
can I tell you what? As a fan, just because Chelsea picked him doesn't mean I must back him. Everyone's like, no,
If he
we
wins your
back the
trophy?
Chelsea boy. Oh, then we'll see.
If
But
he wins your
for
trophy.
now, he's playing. Dude, I watched the Champions League game we played the other night. It's the most average football I've seen us play.
Bro,
Listen, Chelsea have won despite
He's only
themselves.
been, listen, dude, he's only been Chelsea manager for 8 days.
Listen, Chelsea.
8 days
3
today.
games.
No, but I see where Ryan's coming from. You know, listen, United fans, we're in our feels about Ferguson.
Oh, yeah,
Had
we've
it
been in our
right.
fields, yeah.
We in our feels about him. City fans will be in their feels about
Guardiola.
Guardiola. Liverpool, they're about Klopp, right? It's this manager that took me to the promised land. Chelsea have won despite managers.
Yeah.
Despite
Time and time again.
Right. Who's the only Chelsea manager you have affection for?
Well, Tuchel's one of them.
Okay.
Mourinho.
Right. Every Chelsea manager,
Ancelotti.
they've got affection.
Di Matteo.
Well, not even really, right?
No.
Am I right?
More Mourinho now.
Right?
Yeah.
Ancelotti.
They've got this affection for Mourinho, and everyone loves Ancelotti. He's just the dog,
But he's
right?
not Mourinho.
So Chelsea have had success
And they've had big-time managers.
in the right way.
Yeah.
in the right way, because United are like, we've only had our success under two managers, right?
Yeah.
In all honesty,
Busby and Ferguson.
in
yeah.
all honesty, right? Where and Liverpool similar, they've only had
Yeah.
their success under
Paisley and
certain
Klopp.
managers.
Yeah.
Where Chelsea have had their success despite, doesn't matter
Yeah,
who's
so,
there.
yeah, everybody. That's what I'm. Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
he doesn't love managers. That's why he doesn't love Tuchel.
Because the thing is,
because we
he-
win, or not Tuchel, Potter.
Potter.
Because we win anyway.
Exactly.
Who's there? We're gonna win.
Absolutely.
And if you don't win, we'll get someone who wins.
And the thing is, even
And they've been trained on that from 11 years old. That's just,
Yeah,
he's a grown
that's
ass
only-
man. He knows nothing else.
Yeah, that's all he knows. That's what I was gonna say.
and this is the other thing, right? Like Chelsea's board at the time even gave Frank Lampard a chance to take the team with barely any experience.
Because you couldn't
ain't
buy
con-
anybody. That's why.
No, but despite that, we got Frank Lampard.
A
But
club
then we
legend.
also got Peter Cech to help out on the coaching end as well.
Yeah.
And so you know what? They gave him that chance, and we still we struggled, but we made. And
But
you know what? It
you
wasn't
did
his
well
time
for
in the
what
end
you
he
had, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You did well for what
But
you
now, who is Potter? Why Potter?
Potter.
And this is
Harry
of
Potter.
all the damn people. Like, you
so
know
how
what?
did you guys hire him? Did you guys get the sorting hat into Stamford Bridge?
No. But and I even read another headline the other day, right? That Tuchel, is it Billy Gilmore who went
Yes.
to Brighton?
Yeah.
Tuchel said, "You'll get more playtime and good experience under Potter. I believe you should sign with Brighton."
Which
What did
is-
he do? What did he do? He signed for Brighton.
Because
2
the
weeks
thing is-
later,
but-
Potter's no longer there.
But my thing is,
I would be so pissed if I was Gilmore.
my thing is that, like, now you look at it this way: Tuchel is a
Ryan's
manager.
upset. Ryan is upset.
Tuchel is a manager. Potter's a coach.
Yes.
Tuchel doesn't have time to be looking at Billy Gilmore's chart. Oh no, today he made 50. Bruh, is he ready to play? Can I play
but
this
the
guy?
fact-
You know what I mean?
The fact was, he said to him, he was like, "All right, you know what? You're going to get some good experience under
Because
this
I don't care
manager."
about you.
No. He said, "I believe you'll get good experience
Sure.
under this man. I suggest you take this contract." Oh, and he didn't say like, "Stay, I'm just not going to play you." He actually was like, "You know what? This guy's a good guy. You'll have some good play time and you'll gain good experience from him."
And you'll
what
develop,
does Potter
yeah.
do? And Cucurella was in the middle of this whole thing. He knew the whole time.
But what's Cucurella supposed to say?
I know he
I'm
probably
very-
couldn't say anything,
I'm
but
very
it just
happy.
it just irritates me. Do you know when you feel like you've just
Good
been
evening.
bamboozled? Like everything just starts making sense. Because they've been in chat since.
Do you know who
Cucurella was
I'm
on the
upset
table.
The scales have fallen off Ryan's eyes. He has arisen with
Oh.
the truth.
Do you know who I feel sorry for the most?
Ryan, that's who I
No.
feel sorry for the most.
I don't feel sorry for Ryan the most. I told him about
Dude's
this.
hurting.
Good.
Chelsea fans are always cock a hoop.
Yeah.
The dude's hurting.
Aubameyang. Oh, they ghosted you so
Oh
badly.
man.
Yeah, come play for me. Come play for me. Hey, bro, I'm not gonna be here. Like I'll
He'll
just quit.
just cry into his money. I don't think Aubameyang
Yeah,
when he's
no,
called
he's-
in. Yeah,
two shits about anybody.
To be honest, I
he's
think
back
it was,
in London.
it was a good time because he got beat up 2 days before he left for London. So
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
well,
look,
because he was posting stuff with his family in his private jet. Like, if people don't learn from that, like,
what
come on.
at the airport?
yeah, you know. Listen, I mean, we're in a country where crime is
right.
real and all the rest of it. But I mean, it's like people know you're rich. You show off your stuff
and
more
you
than
plot
likely,
it, and you're saying your location.
and more than that, they know when you're not home.
Yeah, that's
That's exactly what happened to Kim
see
Kardashian.
you on TV.
They kind of know. Okay, I know he's busy for the next 2 hours. He's not at home.
Honestly,
You know
like,
what I mean?
do you know? It's like how they caught Kim Kardashian, like how they got her. Kanye West was on a world tour.
Yeah.
She's in Paris by herself, and she's busy posting where she is. What do you think posting diamonds? What do you think those Parisian guys were like?
Oh,
They're
man.
like, yeah, sure.
Listen, let's just before we wrap up, we're going to start tidying up just a couple of loose ends of stories. While we're talking about criminals in Paris, the Pogbas,
But that's
he's
a
been
rubbish
taken in
one.
by the police.
Ooh,
He's your own brother, dude.
your own brother.
So the story goes now. So listen, if you don't know, Paul Pogba's brother pops up a few weeks ago saying Paul Pogba's been putting witchcraft on Mbappe. Like, what the fuck's going on, right? Trying to extort money out of his brother. He's now handed himself over to the police to say, no, someone's trying to extort money out of me to extort money out of my brother. So that will roll and roll. I love French players. It's so much blackmail, extortion, sex tapes.
But there's
It's
always
wild,
something.
man.
There's always
Wow.
something in the camp. There's always something in the French camp.
Yeah.
Always something.
Let's quickly talk about Mbappe, right? We can jump wildly. We're just going to cover up a few
Are we
stories.
going to talk about Mbappe or Mbappe FC?
Right?
Both.
He, the guy comes out, breath of fresh air. What a lovely young
Humble.
man. Humble, nice. Boy, oh boy.
But Paula, I said this. I said give 1.7 million euros to a 24-year-old.
Isn't that a week?
Huh? Yeah, a week.
That's a
Exactly, a week. 1.7 million euros a week to a 24-year-old.
Who kind of wasn't not a millionaire at 23.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's wild. PSG have handed over the keys to an oil field.
They said, here, have it.
I mean, he has so much.
They've given so much autonomy.
He's throwing tantrums. He's making Neymar look like a model professional.
Honestly. But like, my thing is now.
And Neymar's not having it. Have you seen that? Neymar's been taking penalties when needed, even though it's not him.
Until Mbappe says he puts his foot down.
That's why I thought we actually had. I thought we had a chance to get him over at Chelsea.
What do you want that? Listen, I mean, it gets.
Sorry.
I know. I glossed over it, but like, I know. I get it. He's so hurt. Like, he doesn't even know.
Neymar going where Chelsea?
Yeah, well, not now.
To eat bangers and mash.
He's going.
No, he's not
with
coming
their
now.
weather.
He's looking at Potter and like, who's that?
I mean,
Saying the same thing.
yeah.
we
Listen, I
You
think.
look at Tuchel and he's like, I'm not doing this again.
Will it take longer to fly home to his sister from London or Paris? I don't know. It's when his sister misses him, where's she more likely to come? Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, shame. Ryan's never experienced anything like this before. To be a banter FC, he doesn't know it. So
This is not our image.
he's got to. Yeah.
This is
As far as you know.
This has been United's image for the last decade, and now we're in it.
It's awesome. It's so great. I love crisis.
Bro, this
clubs.
is what you're doing 50 years before Roman. You guys were these guys.
Listen,
The world is back where it's supposed to be now.
you guys were West Ham in a nicer part of London,
Honestly, that's all they were with a better area code.
right? And that wasn't even that nicer part of London until the Russians and the Saudis came in,
Yeah.
Making Arsenal look good.
right?
No, Arsenal are better than you. Like pedigree, boy. Like, come on.
So
Everything in London's just dog shit. But anyway.
Mbappe is acting the fool. Anything from the Champions League that stood out? Oh yes, I will talk about the Champions League. What stood out? Nice segue there. Sporting Lisbon.
Oh, they're balling.
Schooling
Tottenham balling.
Even.
But remember, I
sexual
texted you during
center
the-
texted me during the game.
I texted you during that game. I'm like, guys, Sporting can actually jam because like the way they were playing out and stuff like that, those guys were so short, and the way they kept the ball, you could see what they were trying to do, and
Confident.
and it was working. I mean, they were creating clear cut. What Edwards was doing to the Tottenham defense. Oh, Edwards was having his way with them.
So and Sporting loses their midfield on the eve of the league. I mean, we're not even talking about beginning of the transfer window. Eve
Yeah.
of the league, we lose our midfield. Both of them were title-winning midfield. We've got a supreme coach, Ruben Amorim. That guy's
He's going places.
he's going all the way to the top.
Yeah.
He's entering super club coach
Yeah,
level, right? What I found most funny about it, and this is kind of going back to our point of the Premier League, just going and buying everybody, right? Is that they think that means anything on the football field. Spurs had singular players on their bench that cost more than our entire squad.
Yes.
One player sitting on the bench cost more than our entire squad. The English clubs seem to think that the
Money is power.
means something, right? So that's why they don't bother about coaching. They'll just go buy, right? They'll go buy super managers. They'll buy the next coach,
Yes.
whatever. And it's so funny. And I look at it with Benfica as well, who completely took Liverpool to the cleaners over Darwin Núñez, is that
Yeah.
they
Best
develop,
of 2 games.
especially in Portugal, they develop players for the Premier League because they know the Premier League clubs have got more money than sense.
More money than
And they say,
sense. I like what you did there. Yeah.
you will buy our players, right? And they tell players to be calm. You never see a Portuguese player pull what Anthony did, go on strike, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll say to him, listen, you're going to get your move, right?
Wolves are coming for you.
Someone will come for you.
Yeah, no, literally,
Right?
that's exactly what they do. Yeah,
Just wait, right? Don't fight. Matheus Nunes, Wolves are coming. Relax. Darwin Núñez, relax.
you will play
Okay.
Champions League for you will get your big money move.
I promise you your move, but we're going to make it work because they will pay. Because English clubs don't walk away from the table. They don't.
It's about ego.
It's about ego. They do not walk
we
away.
want our man. We'll get our man at whatever
Yes.
price it takes.
They do not walk away. And all these clubs go, right. Liverpool have seen Atletico Madrid come. They've seen Bayern Munich come. They've seen Liverpool coming. They've seen City coming, and they just push and push and push. And guess what? With that 100 million from Darwin Núñez, they take 20 million of that. They go find 15 youngsters from around the world, and they go, I'm going to take time to develop you. One of you will come right.
Yeah, exactly. 15.
Right?
I mean, I like my chances.
And then the next goes.
Absolutely.
And that's just what they do. And the Premier League clubs time.
Italy have started doing it as well.
The Italians are doing it. So as much as the Premier League goes, I read so many pieces pretending, oh, this is terrible, but boasting. Like, look at us. Oh, no, we spend more than the Greek league. Try not to say like it's a bad thing, but they're flexing, right?
Yeah, they are flexing. Of course they're flexing.
And all those leagues are just going, guys, come. You know, our top teams are in the Champions League every season. We're getting that money. You're giving us our annual budget in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks,
buying
we can
a couple
shut
of
down
players.
business right now.
Right.
We can tell the guys at the ticket stands, you guys can go on holiday for a week here.
How many more Antonys don't Ajax have lined up?
A conveyor belt worth.
And they just go, you know what, we've got 3 to 4 years to develop these dudes. There's no pressure. Fine. How many more?
But if people don't, guys, we know Ajax's business model. We know Ajax's business model. It's been done like that at Ajax since when? Since the beginning of time.
Since always. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
And all that's changed is before it was probably just Dutch players. Now it's a bit more
Anybody,
all around the world. Yeah.
Anybody. And also, I mean, do you know what people don't realize, Paulo? These clubs at the end of the day are businesses. They're going concerns. They're going concerns. These clubs will be... It's like when you hear... Let's say a guy is wanted by a couple different clubs. The minute you hear the guys wanted by Man United, all other teams back off because Man United have got short arms and they got very deep pockets. And you know the old adage. You don't pick a fight with someone with more money. You don't go to war with somebody that's with more money than you.
Or don't pick a fight to someone with short arms.
Exactly. And deep pockets.
Get into you.
Yeah.
So listen, the Premier League hubris, and I think it brings it all around. I think the theme of the show is Chelsea have gone and appointed a coach who develops players in a team that has got no patience to develop players.
Which is not their business model at all.
Know,
what can you do for me now?
The fans are not going to be patient with Harry Potter. They are not.
I'm happy if he's out already.
They weren't patient with a guy that won the World Cup.
I mean,
Potter
Filippo
out.
Scolari.
I'm all for Potter out.
Filippo Scolari was there 8 months.
No. So that is Chelsea. Listen, guys, because of the Queen's funeral and police resources, not too many Premier League. The highlight game of the weekend, Chelsea Liverpool, has been called off. Not much to look forward to. Aston Villa, Southampton, and Nottingham Forest.
Who are you guys taking on?
Fulham, Nottingham Forest.
Nobody. Alex have gone on holiday.
We're off. United and Leeds are off. So pretty much all the big games have been called off because of police resources.
You know that, right?
So Nottingham Forest and Fulham, like a championship clash on a Friday night.
Oh,
that's what we used to see,
dog
right?
Fight.
Wolves.
Dog fight central.
Wolves welcoming Manchester City. How many? I think there's going to be 8 to 9 Portuguese players probably playing in that game.
Awesome.
Newcastle, Bournemouth, and then Tottenham and Leicester. That'll be pretty good. Brentford, Arsenal on Sunday, and Everton, West Ham on Sunday afternoon. So still a fair amount of games.
Yeah,
but
decent.
Also, I just want to say we should have taken the piss out of Liverpool today because they actually did horrendously. I don't know if you saw.
What?
Didn't they lose 4-0?
But they won their game this week.
No, this week. But last week?
Last week. You know all...
Doesn't matter. We never had a podcast last week. I didn't get a chance to trample them.
But you were still...
I tried to call
How
James
do you trample
and Greg.
somebody without a dad? You didn't have a dad last week.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you can't.
I was trying to look
You
on the
can't throw
brighter side
stones
of
at
life.
anybody.
You can't do that. Look,
Always look on the bright side of life.
the way Liverpool are
Potter!
going, I think they're going to give us a lot of chance to make fun of them. Give me that again, Senzo. Give me the Potter again.
Potter!
Gents, it's always fucking great spending time with you. This is Working Title FC. Share it with your friends. We're on Apple this week, guys.
Are we?
Finally got on Apple.
Oh, yeah?
And we're open to sponsorship.
Started from
We
the
are.
bottom.
This week we're brought to you by Random Mixed Nuts.